Hello everybody, my name is Hannah. As you guys know, I just wanted to come on. I wanted to do like a get ready with me while I do my makeup, and I wanted to talk about my abstinence journey and also dating as a single Christian woman. So today I'm going to be getting ready for my Valentine's Day dates, and actually my date is with myself. For the last like 3 or 4 years, I've been taking myself out on a solo date, whether I had a Valentine or not. And I just do that because I just want to make sure that I stay loving on myself, that I stay appreciating myself and showing love to myself. Because one of the main things was, I was like, you know, why would I expect someone to enjoy my company when I can't enjoy my own company? And granted, yes, in the beginning it was a little awkward. It was like, oh my god, by myself. But then it's like, I was tired of like, if I wanted to go to a restaurant and like I was going to go with people and then they flake on me on the last minute or nobody wants to go anymore, why I just still wouldn't go. I'm like, if I wanted to go, why not still go? So I started going out more by myself, and I absolutely love it. I got a lot more women, like friends I know, to do it too. But I didn't do it to encourage anybody to do it. I did it honestly for myself, and I'm glad I did. So I thought that'd be a perfect topic for this Valentine's Day, because also Valentine's Day is not just about romantic love. It's about family love, friendship love, just an extra day to just push each other to love with each other more. Like this morning, I woke up. I had the day off today, so I cooked breakfast, and me and my mom just sat down and talked and laughed and just ate a meal together. And I loved it. I'm like, why not show love to my mother as well? So it's not just, it's not just about a man and all that stuff. We love and appreciate the love and everything as well. But I think that it's good to show love in other areas in your life. So yeah, I have a reservation that I made for myself today. Get ready with me, guys. This is my first one, so bear with me. I'm trying my best here. I'm going to be way more consistent with this YouTube thing. I'm very excited. So yeah, stay tuned and let's get to it. Okay, so first, let's start with when I became abstinent. If you are one of my parents, please leave. I do not want y'all hearing this, please. So my abstinence journey started, we're in 2025. It started around 2021, where I became really consistent. So it started in 2021. And I would say for me, I just, not saying like I was out here popping it, because that just was not the case. But I kind of was just in the point where I wanted commitment. I wanted more commitment from the people that I was dating. And I just felt like, and that wasn't something that I wanted to do with someone just because we were dating. I wanted it to be with somebody, who really honored and appreciated me. So at first, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't at the point where I was like, I'm gonna wait till marriage. At that point, I was at the point where I was like, you know what, like when I get into a serious committed relationship, then we can have that conversation. That was at that time when I first started. So that's where I was, and I was like, cool, I'm fine with that. So one thing I noticed was, for one, my relationship with God grew much stronger. I started to go to him more. I started to pray a lot more. I was doing my devotions a lot more, just really focusing on my relationship with him. I wasn't really focused on my relationship with men. I was just like, you know what, like during this time, I really want to seek God out, seek his face, So I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I got this pencil from the beauty supply store. It's in darkest brown, the color number 102. I've been using this pencil since I started doing makeup. I've tried the pomades, the NYX brow, everything. This one, every time I get compliments on my brows, y'all know it's this one. I get it from any beauty supply store. That's just what I use. So yeah, I was like, I want my relationship with God to grow stronger. And it did. It took a while. Because, there were definitely times where I would see other people in relationships and they weren't being abstinent. So I'm like, God, like, I'm sitting here waiting for my man, and you got these people blessing them with their relationships and stuff, and they not even doing it your way. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100% with y'all. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I was a little lost. I was like, all right, God, like, I'm a little confuzzled here. I need you to help me understand this, You want me to do this whole abstinent thing, but you're sitting here blessing people who are not doing it. Like, como se dice, confused. So, as I was growing my relationship with God, I feel like he was trying to show me, like, you are where, one, you don't know other people's journey. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what I have them dealing with. one. Two, you don't know what work they put in, you know, with me before they were given that relationship or whatever the case may be. And he's like, two, who, you know, like, that's not your business. It has nothing to do with your baby girl. And I'm like, you're right, bro. Valid point. So I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna sit here, and I got this from, I think I got from Sephora, Smashbox, the original photo finish. I've been trying it. It's like a little travel size. I actually like it pretty so far. So yeah. So those were conversations I was honestly and truly having with God, and I came to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna focus on me. I'm just gonna focus on me. I don't want to worry about nobody else. I don't care what nobody else got going on. And I started to see, like, on social media and like people that I knew, like, you don't know what people are going through, and you don't know what they went through to get those relationships. And that's why I was so glad that that was something that God revealed to me. Like, you don't know what people are actually going through. Like, it might be all cool and dandy, you know, in front of you, but you don't know what's going on behind closed doors, which I started to find out was very, very, very true. So I was like, yeah, I want to worry about me, myself, and what I got going on. So after a while, you know, I started, throughout the next like year or two, I got a mentor that has helped me out tremendously over the last few years when it came to my abstinent journey and my spiritual journey. And I also had gotten a therapist. Between my mentor and my therapist, I started to realize, all right, why am I attracting emotionally unavailable men? Like, I feel like I'm the most emotional available girly in the world. Like, I thrive on emotion. I need emotion. I need emotional connection in order to connect with somebody. And I was noticing, I'm like, the guys that I'm attracting and the guys that I'm choosing, they're all emotionally unavailable. I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, I don't understand. And then with the help of my therapist and my mentor, I came to the realization that my father was emotionally unavailable majority of my life. So I'm like, So one thing that I did realize, or did come to realization when I was in therapy back in high school, was that my dad was something that they called an absentee father. Like, he was here, he lived in our house, him and my mom had been married for almost 30 plus years, but he traveled a lot. He had a lot of speaking engagements. He had to travel to this country, that country. Like, he did a lot of moving around. So he was here, but he wasn't here. And also, he just didn't have the emotional capacity to meet me where I was or what I needed from him when I was a kid. And so that was a very hard reality to acknowledge. I'm like, you know, this man has been a part of my life all my life. And now to find out, like, I'm attracting emotionally unavailable men because there were things in me and my father's relationship, or me acknowledging that he was emotionally unavailable to me, was something that I had to acknowledge with him, if that makes sense. All right, brows are done. So for my brows concealer, I use the Maybelline Cafe in number 50. Same brow routine. This is all I use. That's it. Until I have a brand send me something to try different, this is my combo right here. So yeah, basically it came to the time where I you know, not even came to the time. That was one of the things that I'm glad that I experienced during my season of abstinence, because I really realized, like, okay, girl, like, you're going through the same cycles because you haven't acknowledged the issues that you have with your father. Like, you have to deal with these things. And so I would say we're in 2025, 2023, I would say me and my dad had a sit down, real conversation. So yeah, me and my dad had a real conversation. And for the first time in my life, I think we can both attest to this. Like, for the first time in both of our lives, we were able to really sit down and be honest and vulnerable with each other. And I really got to give him, like, examples growing up where I felt like, you know, he missed the mark with me, or emotionally he wasn't there for me, or how in certain situations I felt. And what really blessed me was that he was able to look back at each one of those situations and be like, I thought you took those very differently, or like, I remember that situation, but I thought that you were okay, or I thought this, that, and the third. So that acknowledgement of my emotions, that acknowledgement of my feelings was probably one of the best things my father could have done for me to heal as a woman. Point blank, period. Like he did that, and I remind him of that, and I applaud him, always give him his flowers with that. Speaking of flowers, my dad gave me these for Valentine's Day. So beautiful. So yes. Okay, really quick. Foundation, this new one I've been trying. The girl at Ulta told me it was good, so we're giving it a go. Urban Decay foundation. This is in the color Face Bond foundation. It's in the color medium deep neutral, color 28. And I like this one because apparently it has setting powder in it or something like that. But the only thing is, like, it dries very quickly, but it has very nice coverage, so I do like that. So I just want to put that out there. Sorry. So yeah, it was a very good conversation, and it healed a lot of parts of me to have that conversation with my father, because I felt like I was looking for that healing in other men, like not talking about like that stuff, doing that, but like just I was emotionally unavailable. So it's like I was trying to find healing in emotionally unavailable men, like by dating them, and it was like, girl, like they're never gonna give you what you need, period. So, you know. So I realized that, and, you know, I was more than grateful that me and my dad were able to have that moment of healing with each other. And honestly, I noticed a difference in the type of men I was attracting, one, after that moment. And two, I also noticed the men that I was attracted to who were emotionally unavailable now were extremely unattractive to me, like very. So yeah, that was another thing. I was like, oh, so it literally was like, psychology is so amazing. It literally was like, I was attracted to the men that resembled my father because I was looking for the healing that I needed for my father in them. Listen, I be telling women, like, y'all gotta take time for yourselves. Men too, we have to take time for ourselves to heal ourselves, because if not, we're going to get in relationships with people, get married to people who our trauma is attracting and not who our future is attracting. Like, I now feel like I'm in a space where I'm attracting men who are good for my future, who are good for where I'm trying to go. It's just a different type of vibe with the men that I'm now attracting, you know? So I'm very grateful for that. Like, the men I used to attract, like even the ones I was like head over heels for, I'm now like, bro, you're very unattractive to me. Like, or I'm like, okay. Like, it doesn't impress me anymore. It really doesn't. So, and I will find myself every once in a while still attracting emotionally unavailable men, but my response to them is very different. I have a very lower tolerance for them, basically, which I love and appreciate. God damn. So yeah, this dries very quickly, so I'm just trying to like get it in there. So yeah, so that's something that I have definitely loved and appreciated in my abstinence journey, is in my, you know, season of like just dating as a single woman, is just I need to heal those parts of myself first. It is no one's job to heal any parts of me at all. No one's job to heal any parts of me. If they do, if they can, cool. If there's things that, you know, being with them brings to the surface, cool. But I'm never going to put that pressure or that expectation on a man to heal me, or it's their job to heal me. The only thing that I would love in a man is like, he brings out that inner child of me. Like, he makes me want to be so less serious. He makes me want to have a good time, that type of stuff. But not like, you know, oh, I have issues with, like, no man should have healed my emotionally unavailable trauma but my father. He's the one that put it there. No one else should have healed that from me. Now, if it was a point where, God forbid, my father was no longer here with us, that's something I need to work out with myself, a therapist, and God. That has nothing to do with another man that I'm dating, if that makes sense. Yes, be there in support of me, but it's not his job to heal me, you know? If that makes sense. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But yeah. So there were I don't want to go too deep into every single little thing, but there were so many things that like I found healing in throughout my abstinence journey, and I'm still finding out about myself. And you're always going to be finding out stuff about yourself all the time. But there's just so many things where I'm learning about myself. Like now I'm like, you know, even with my solo dating, finding out what does Hannah like? What does Hannah like to do? Like what brings Hannah joy? If a man was to tell me about yourself, am I able to tell him about myself? Sometimes I even still now catch myself saying, well, what do you want to know? And he's like, they'll be like, start anywhere. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, you got to give me something. But then I'm like, I started realizing I should be able to spit off something. Like, you know, like now when a man asks me, you know, I want to get to know you, like, tell me about yourself, I'm able to give him some decent details. I still would, you know, appreciate a few questions, but it doesn't take me as long to answer those questions. Like, I'm not like, you know what? I don't know what I like to eat. I don't know what brings me joy on a stressful day. I don't know if I'm having a bad day or I'm stressed out, what I need from someone in that moment, or what's my dream vacation. Like, those are things I didn't know about myself, but now I'm like, no, I think I can answer some of those pretty well, which is something, you know, only takes time, and that takes you getting to know yourself, and that takes you taking time out to really, you know, learn yourself and learn the things that you like. I'm sorry if y'all see me looking off, it's because I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm trying to look at myself in the camera, but the mirror and the camera is like right there. So this is a new concealer I've been trying. I actually really like it. Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, super coverage, and they did not lie when they said super coverage. And this is in the color Butterscotch, and I really do like this one. At first I thought it was too light for me, but I love the under eye brightening that this does under my skin, on my skin tone. Learning yourself, really learning to enjoy your own company. I think that's another big thing, is learning to enjoy your own company. Like, I was also at a point when I went abstinent, and also in my solo dating journey, where I wanted to always be around somebody, whether it was friends or a guy or something. Like, I just always needed that interaction with somebody else. But then I'm like, girl, why can't we be on our own? Like, why do we always have to be around somebody? Like, I want to be able to enjoy my own company. I want to be able to sit in silence and it not be an issue. Like, it even came to a point where God had told me for a few months to drive in silence. Do y'all know how awkward that was for me? Everyone that gets in my car already knows I do not pull off anywhere until music is playing, period. Or unless I'm on the phone, but usually music playing. So when God was telling me to do that, I was like, okay, y'all don't understand how awkward that was for me. Y'all have no freaking idea. I was like, yo, I don't like this at all. This is mad weird. I'm not feeling this at all. But it was so good to do, because I was like, yo, girl, we always have, it's almost like we're scared of our own thoughts type of thing, or like, not even scared where my mind would go in that type of sense, but like just being alone with my thoughts, like just enjoy, like, you know, having those conversations with God, having those conversations with myself, recapping on the day, just giving my brain a second to just kind of be silent. I found out I absolutely loved it. I mean, now I'm back to, you know, listening to my music in the car, but it was a good thing to do for a while. And now I find myself, when I need a break, like being able to just turn my music off and just ride in the car in silence. I was never able to do that before. So that was something I really appreciated, or that I noticed I needed to do during my singleness and during my, you know, just time of like with God. And so I loved it. And I think that people who are like that as well, who need music in the car, who need something like that, take that time to just be like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna sit in silence. I challenge everyone to do it one time and see how awkward it is to do. Like, girl, you gonna start hearing that them breaks that you've been trying to ignore for about 2 months. You gonna hear how reckless you be sounding when someone cuts you off and you sitting there cussing them out, and how crazy you sound. Like, you're gonna hear a lot of stuff. You're gonna hear a lot of stuff in that silence. And I'm not even gonna lie, during that time period is when I stopped yelling at people from my car. Do I still do it sometimes? Yes, but not as bad, you know? So yeah, I think that everyone should do that. I think it's good to give your brain a second to just rest, to just freaking rest. So I'm not even gonna lie, this video is a little bit all over the place. I wanted to have like talking points to just kind of go through, but I was like, you know what, let me make this one a little more free flowing, and then next time it will be a lot more organized, guys, I promise. I just kind of wanted to just get some feelings out and kind of just talk. Like, let's talk, girl, let's talk. As y'all can see, I freaking love this concealer. It covers very well under my eyes, very well. It has been an absolute journey. Like, even during my moments of singleness, like the last few people I have been dating have taught me lessons. They've taught me lessons. They've taught me, even though like at this point I'm dating to marry, like when I say dating to marry, I'm not saying like I'm going on the first day like, yeah, so I'm trying to get married in like the next year. Like, relax. I'm dating to marry, meaning like I'm dating with intentionality. Like, I'm looking for qualities that I would look for in a husband, you know? And I'm not expecting people to have all those qualities at one time. That's just not realistic. I'm just dating to, learn what I want, learn what I like in a man. Not saying I don't know, but like, there are things that I thought I wanted, and then when I dated people that had those qualities, I'm like, I actually want that. I don't want that at all. Like, I'll give you guys an example. So for example, I used to say like, oh, I want a man that just takes charge and just does everything for me, and I don't got to think about nothing, and da 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 da, right? A man who has those qualities where it's like, I just show up. He does everything and I just show up. But then I had a guy like that, right? And it was to the point where I had no say in anything. I'm like, hold on. It was cute at first when he would plan the dates and he would do this, that, and the third. But then I'm like, when I was trying to give it input or something I want to, he's like, no, this is what we're going to do. Or no, actually this one. I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that at all. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. He wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't a bad guy at all. He was actually really, really sweet. But I was like, oh yeah, this is not going to last, because I want someone who also wants to incorporate what I want, who also wants to be collaborative with me. Now, I don't want everything to be about me, but I want some dates to be like, yeah, okay, baby, what would you like to do today? Or like, it's your birthday. Like, what do you want to do? But for him, it was like, no, he's going to plan everything, always do everything. And I was like, I don't know if I like that quality a little too much. Just like how I was never the type of girl, kudos to y'all who were, I was never the type of girl who wanted like a jealous man, or like a man that was like, a man that's like crazy over me. Y'all can have that. With all due respect in the entire world, y'all can have that. I never wanted no man crazy over me, because I've seen crazy and I don't want that. And I feel like when women finally get what they've been asking for, they're like, oh my God, well, no, I didn't want him like that. But it's like, nah, girl, y'all have to remember, each quality that we want in a man or that we want in a guy, there's a pro and a con. You need to be prepared for the cons of what you're asking for. Like, women that want an alpha male, right? Y'all have to also understand the fact that he's going to be an alpha male in every aspect. Like, he's not just an alpha male, like, in one piece and another. Like, some men do have that balance, but some women are like, no, I need my man to be alpha. Like, I need him to take care of everything. I need him to do everything. But it's like, girl, then you're going to have no input, no thought, and nothing. Now, that's not all men. Let me just put that out there before y'all eat me up. That's not all men. Sorry, y'all. I'm using this palette. I've had it for mad long. I touched it, but barely touch it sometimes, but it's cute. So yes, it's a little dirty, but there you go. So yeah, I'm not doing much. I'm literally just, it's not going to be too much on the eyeshadow today. If you like a man, if you say, nah, I need my man fine, 6 foot, beard, this, that, and the third. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But baby, also understand that women gonna be after that type of man too. And women are gonna be giving him attention as well. And if you can't handle that, Don't even put yourself in that situation, babes. Don't even do it. Forgot to put this under my eyes. One size, come on now. Y'all already know what's up. Color Sweet Honey, period. Y'all know what's up. So yeah, if you can't handle a good looking man, don't ask for one. And I'm being so serious. Like, you need to only ask for what you feel like you can handle, period. And if you feel like you can't handle a good looking man, be honest about that. Like me, I like the medium ugly. I used to say it all the time. Actually, let me stop saying it. Let me stop saying it. Because I had a guy, right, who was fine, y'all. Fine. Baby, fine. But he was a hoe. He was a hoe. And he was the type of man where, like, he knew he looked good. So when a woman gave him attention, he was going to give it back. And granted, like I said, that's not every good looking man. Okay, that was just my experience with one. So I was just like, yeah, it's a no for me. I thought from then on, I used to be like, I want the medium ugly. Then I'm like, girl, we want a faithful, good looking man. Like, let's be specific. And that's another thing I learned in this moment of singleness. You need to be so specific what you ask God, child. Be so specific what you ask God for, because let me tell you something. Whatever you ask for, he's going to give you. So with that man, I was like, oh, I know I want a good looking man. I want this, that, and the third. Baby, I want a good looking, faithful man. And that's the point, right? That's the part right there. You need to be so specific in what you be asking God for, okay? Because he's going to say, I can give you a good looking man. That's not a problem. But baby, you need to be very cautious of what you ask me for. And he was so right. That man was so right. It wasn't even funny. I love the glitter on the inside of the eye. So we're going to do that. Nothing crazy. Just a little dibble dabble. Like that. Nothing crazy. Just a little bit. I love a good sparkle. Y'all going to see what the highlight. The girl loves a highlight. Okay. But yeah, so be very specific in what you ask God for. Very, very, very specific. Be very specific in your prayers. Be very specific where you're meeting these men as well. I feel like that's another big part. Not to say you can't meet a man at the club and he can't be your husband. Please don't eat me up. But we can't be in the club and we can't be in these raunchy, bust down places trying to meet high caliber, high value men. That's just not how that works. You need to put yourself in places where you're going to meet the type of man that you want. Like, let's be for real. If I want a man of God, which I do want, why would I think I'm going to meet him at the club in Houston? And I'm not saying go to church to find a man. Oh my God. Because I feel like that's another thing. Our culture is so sensitive now. And we take everything so freaking literally. And it's just so annoying. Like, the fact that I feel like I have to keep giving you these disclaimers is kind of crazy. Because everyone's just mad sensitive now these days. Okay, really quick. Bronzer by Mario. Soft Sculpt bronzer in the color medium dark. Bada bing, bada boom. I just started using bronzer. I'm still not a blush girl yet. I'm working on it. But right now, I love me a good bronzer because I don't know how to contour. So yeah, I have been exposing myself to other places. Like I've been going to more conferences. I've been going to different types of restaurants and bars. I've just been more cautious with the type of people that I interact with. And I have noticed myself, sometimes fall back into dating where I'm comfortable. But it's like, girl, like we're not dating for comfortability. So my lash tech is not doing lashes right now. Shout out to my girl. I will post her when she starts doing lashes again because I'm mad at her right now because she stopped doing lashes right now. But it's fine. She's bettering her career and her future. But so I got these. Someone told me about these lashes. I don't think I'm going to try them today because that's too much of an experiment. So I'm just going to go with the handy dandy beauty supply lashes that I bought. These are the ones I'm going to do. I haven't worn lash strip lashes in a minute. So hopefully they stick. But yeah, as my base, I'm going to do, as everyone should be using, Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara. That girl. Y'all already know what's up. So yeah, moral of the story, go heal. Use your time of singleness to heal. Use it to better yourself. Use it to learn more about yourself. Use it to spend more time with your friends. Because that's another thing. When you get into a relationship, you're gonna want to be with my man all the time. And I know some people don't agree with me, but I don't feel like you should abandon your friendships when you get into a relationship. But that honeymoon phase, you're gonna want to be around them all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that either. At all. But just use this time to really grow and build up on your friendships that you do have. Because once a relationship comes and y'all get serious and y'all get married, if it gets to that, you're not gonna have as much time for your friends. I don't know why I'm using this hand. I never use my left hand. We're figuring it out, child. Como se dice, what is she doing? I've been saying that a lot lately. I don't know why. Como se dice this? Como se dice that? Where did I get that from? I don't know if I got that from anywhere. I had a video up on my Instagram, like on my close friends. And I was telling them a story time. And I said, como se dice, come to you? Or I forgot what I was talking about. And every Spanish person I know was weak. They was like, yo, you're jokes for this. And I'm just like, girl, because I be lost in the sauce with these men. Oh yeah, with story time on a guy. Child. Anyways. Okay. So I am using the NYX retractable lip liner in the color Cocoa. See if I can. Cocoa. So yeah. Honestly, like I said, take time for your friendships. Take time for your, doing the things that you want to do, because when you are in a relationship, you're going to have to prioritize that person and their feelings and what they want and showing up for them when they need you to. And if you can't be like, baby, like I couldn't show up for you because I need to think about myself, or I need to do this, that, and the third. Like, a relationship takes two. So you need to be able, to show up for that person in the way that you need to. I don't think I like this color. I don't like this color at all. I'm taking this off. So another thing I want you guys to keep in mind is enjoy your singleness now, because when you're in a relationship, you really have to show up for that person that you're with. And selfishness cannot be a thing for you. Like, you have to be selfless and worry about that other person, worry about their feelings and this, that, and the third. Now, granted, you're gonna have those moments where, you guys say, babe, like, I'm going through this, that, and the third. Like, I need you to work with me. I need you to be this, that, and the third, which is fine. But for the most part of a relationship, relationships take two, and relationships take work. And because you have to learn how to show up for that person, how to be there for that person, and that person has to learn how to show up and be there for you. So you need to use this time wisely to travel, be with your friends, do what you want to do. Like, this is the time to do it, okay? And we're young. Like, we're mad young. Like, I am 26, about to be 27, and I'm really glad of the life that I've lived. There's more that I definitely want to do, whether that's on my own or with a partner. But yeah, like, I really enjoy the space that I'm in right now. And I feel like I'm definitely in the space where I am now 100% willing and open to a relationship. But again, I'm never gonna force anything. So like, every guy I've been dating, like, I haven't put the expectation, like, this is gonna be my boyfriend. But I am at the point where I'm like, you know what, if they do show me the things that I want to see, or like we do establish like a good friendship and foundation with each other, then I'm more than willing and able to, think about a relationship with this person. I think that's another big thing. We need to go back to establishing a friendship with people. We be in relationships with people that we genuinely don't know. Our lashes are on. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, I really don't want to do too much eye makeup today. I want to keep it really cute, really simple. But the lashes are doing what they're supposed to do right now. So yeah. For my favorite part, highlight. I always spray my face first before I put highlight on. I just feel like it sticks better. I could have sprayed my face like a billion times. Like, right before, I have to spray it. Cause I just feel like, for some reason, the Fenty Beauty, like, it doesn't come off the brush. It doesn't come onto the brush good. I love it, but it doesn't. It's hard for it to, like, come off the brush. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Oh. All right, that's cute. All right. Cool. So yeah, actually, no, I'm not gonna use that one today. I'm gonna use the Anastasia Glow Kit. I've been using this one forever. It still has some in here. I'm getting down to the tinfoil because I love this stuff. Moral of the story, where is Hannah now in her dating? Hannah is at the point where she is loving herself, loving her relationship with God, and she is open to and exploring all options. Until a man really like puts his foot down and says, listen here, baby girl, like, it's you and me, and that's it. Until then, I'm going to enjoy myself. That doesn't mean I'm going to date, you know, a whole bunch of people, but it does mean that I'm going to continue to prioritize myself. I'm going to continue to take myself on solo dates. I'm going to continue to build my relationship with God. And I'm going to continue to be abstinent. And that's that on that. And I don't mean that when I get into a relationship, I am going to be doing that, because I'm at the point now where I don't want to. Even when I get into a relationship, I do not want to have sex. And that's a standard for me. So if I'm dating a guy and that's not okay with him, then you're not okay with me, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just where I am right now. Like, sex helps wean out so many types of men. It helps wean out the jokers from the serious ones. It helps wean out the men who respect you and your boundaries, who hold you accountable for your boundaries. And a man with self-control. These men don't have no self-control, baby. And granted, I get it. I know men need sex. Da, 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 da. I get it. But self-control is a virtue, because this is my thing. When I'm married, let's say I can't have sex, or I'm on medication, so I'm a little drier, or, you know, one of us gets sick, or I get sick and I can't have sex. What are you going to do? Go cheat on me? And everybody's like, oh, but that's different. It's not different. If you don't have self-control while we're dating, you're not going to have self-control while we're married. Period. End of discussion. The same way, if you don't have self-control to manage $10, you're not going to have self-control to manage when God gives you 10,000. Period. Everybody always says, oh, when I get more money, I'm going to know how to manage my money. No. If you can't handle what God has given you now, that's why God has not blessed you with more. Not saying he's going to bless you with $1 million, but he's not going to bless you with more money because you don't know how to handle what he's given you. Period. Until you learn how to handle what God has given you, you're not going to get more. If you don't have self-control in a relationship, you're not going to have self-control in a marriage. And I need a man that has self-control. Period. And that's just with anything. Like, I need him to have self-control with his temper. I need him to have self-control with his eating. I need him to have self-control and self-discipline when it comes to working out. Not even, he don't have to be like an athlete, but like, you know, just taking care of himself, like that kind of stuff. And if I don't see that while we're dating or while we're talking, you gotta look at things from the whole picture, not just subjectively all the time, you know? All right, y'all, so this is me dressed. So, really quick, after I stopped with you guys, I went to go finish getting dressed and do my hair. And then my Uber was almost outside, so I was like, okay, let me go. Got dressed, could not find my shoes. Looked everywhere, looked under my bed, closet, family room, basement, car, everywhere. I looked everywhere, could not find my shoes. So I started panicking. I canceled my Uber because by the time he said he was gonna wait, but by the time I would have gotten in the car, I would have been too late for my reservation, and they already told me like it's already like a 15-minute grace period. So I was like, okay. It's now 5:14. It took me almost 2 hours to find another outfit because all the shoes I could have wore, I still can't find them. I don't know where my shoes went. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I'm a little ticked off, but I'm still gonna have a great time. I found another spot to go to, and we're just gonna go there. My outfit is not what I expected. It is just, I don't know if you guys can see, very simple. It's literally this cute top, which is fine. These jeans, they're like flared and they have like an extra flare under it. Literally it. So the outfit is not what I expected it to be. It's not terrible, but it's not what I wanted. So I'm just trying to, of the words of my good friend Christy, pivot. and just whatever. I'm still gonna have a good time. I'm about to go leave right now. I'm about to call an Uber actually right now because I still want to take an Uber, even though where I'm going is closer. I still don't feel like driving. So I'm gonna call an Uber. And yeah, so I'll try to give you guys a recap of the night. And we'll see what happens. I'm excited to go on my solo date. And this just comes to show that things are gonna happen, even if I was to go on a regular date. But girl, you have to like just pivot and do what you gotta do. Like everything is not always gonna be perfect. And I think I need to start reminding myself of that sometimes. Everything is not gonna be perfect, and that's really okay. But I still look good. I still look great, actually. Everything came out very nicely. My hair came out perfect. This part's dropping a little bit, but it's really okay. The hair is hairing, the face is facing, and the girl is girling, period. I'll give you guys an update when I come back home and just let you guys know how the date went and all that good stuff. So yeah. Hi guys, so I am back from my date, my solo date. It was amazing. I had a great time. There were a few weirdos there, but there was one guy from the night who did ask for my number, and he was really, really nice. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't get my hopes up anymore. But yeah, what did I learn tonight? That men can be weirdos. I really enjoy my own company, and I definitely know how to talk to people. Like, I really do. I had a great time. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed your Valentine's Day. I hope you guys Valentine's Day was filled with love and you got to spend time with your significant others, with yourselves, with your family, and just really enjoyed your time. And I will see you guys in the next video.